All right, guys, welcome along to this case study. So I'm very, very excited to be joined today by one of my awesome clients, Lourdes. And I want to. She's had an incredible transformation over the period of time that we've been working together, and she's really the epitome of what we're doing, what the transformation is with the Kingmaker. And what I wanted to do was actually get Lourdes to come in and actually share a bit of her experience firsthand, because she's worked with many, many coaches. She's an incredible real estate agent, experienced, worked with many coaches in the past, and what she's got out of our work to that has just been incredible. Her team is now involved as well, and it's just going awesome. So, Lourdes, thank you. First of all, thank you for joining us. Really excited
Thanks for
to have you
having
here.
me.
As I mentioned, like when we first started working together, I'd love for you to paint a bit of a picture around where you were before we started working together,
Yeah.
and then where you are now, and where, like, how the business has grown, how you've grown as a person, and what a few of the results that you've had along the way.
Sure. Yeah, no, too easy. So, Carlo, obviously, as you know, but your audience doesn't, I've been in the industry for 27 years. So I know nothing but real estate. Back in 2011, I decided, I'm going to open my own business. I worked for a very large franchise at the time and was in business partnership. Franchise gives you a great support, especially when it comes to running a business. However, I always wanted that personal growth and for me to learn. So coaching and having a coach on board was always very important. So you're right, I have had a number of coaches, different aspects of coaching, I suppose. Like I've had coaches that just work on business and having that business mindset. I've also had coaches that are all about numbers and KPIs. All, to their credit, I think I wouldn't be here today if I wasn't working with them. But obviously when we started working 6 months ago, I really was looking for something very different. So not so much a real estate coach or a business coach. I think when I reached out to you initially, I just wanted more of a support coach. When you're in business on your own, so for the last 4 years, or 5 years now, I've been in business on my own at Living Prospect. So it's hard to have that, I suppose, person who you can bounce off, share ideas with, and then get an honest opinion. I think that's really important. With you, I think I found that. So coaching with you has really taken it to a different level for me, though, very personal. Things like affirmations, things like personal growth, awareness of self-worth is become a very big thing since working with you. And I think probably I realized that as long as I have my self-worth and I'm good with me, then business is good. So I've been able to make that connection, which has made a big difference.
Yeah, awesome. And we talk a lot about and so many businesses out there, right? Business owners are so busy being busy, and they're like, why am I not getting the results? And you've really seen the correlation and the connection between when you're in a great state and when you're feeling confident, how that then reflects into the results on a month-to-month basis, your sale,
Definitely.
and the team as well, right?
Yeah, I think business for me prior to working with you was all about numbers, like I said. So, I'd come to end the month and it's like, oh, I've only done one sale, or we've only listed, 2 properties. And it was just that added pressure, where I think there's a lot of internal work that I'm doing with myself that almost becomes accepting of what I produce. And then because I'm doing that internal work, in return, it's actually making it easier to attract the right clients and to make the sales and get the listing that I need. And definitely, look, in the last 3 months, I've had my best months since opening Living Prospect. I'm actually on my own at the moment without a sales team, and actually still producing more than when I had a sales team with me. Which enables me then to know that, number one, I can do it. And number two, when I do continue to grow the sales team, I now have the tools that I've learned from you to, put to them so that they can get great results too. And that's why you've started working with our team as well. So It's really good.
And that's really powerful to know that obviously the work is then now, yes, reflected into results, but your own self-confidence, it's gone to a whole different level around knowing that,
Definitely
hey,
changed.
I can do this, I can lead. And can you just touch on for a second, right? I love to get people to hear from you. Like
Yeah.
we do a lot of internal work and we focus on a lot. With you, we talk about that queen energy and stepping into that queen. Can you explain to people that maybe they hear me talking about this kind of stuff all the time, that I've been in business for a long time, uh, that might be like, what do they mean about this? What is this internal work? Why should I do it? Can you just give people a snapshot around what does it look like, right?
Hmm.
And how have you seen it just change you from the inside out?
100%. So I'll be very, very honest. Yeah, when we first started working together, and you're testament to this. I rang you after the first 2 weeks, and I was like, "This is rubbish. I can't do it. I can't get my mind to just stop and settle. I'm really, really struggling with this." And when you kind of, encouraged me or told me to just keep up with it, probably I needed that 4 weeks to really start seeing the change. And it just more taught me that I have to be good with me. So the internal stuff is like really deep. I mean, you've made me cry how many times now? But it touches on things that I think as humans we tend to just forget, or you know what, yeah, I dealt with it many years ago and I've just left it, but you haven't actually really dealt with it. And it's really interesting to see how it actually affects your life now on things that you don't actually go through and process. You always talk about programming, so it's all starts from a very, very young age. And it's peeling off those layers is what I'm finding. For me personally, it's just really believing in myself and knowing that, you know what, I have that clean energy, and whatever I put my mind to, I can achieve. So
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest shift for me. I've always been, very conscious of everyone's feelings and doing things for me last, not really taking care of my well-being, hate confrontation, all that kind of stuff. So working with you now, it has made a huge difference in that respect.
Yeah, awesome. And I see, as someone that sees where you were and how many times you're like, oh, I can't do this anymore, to where you are now.
Yeah.
The punch and the internal shift has been awesome, and your results have proven it. Can you just touch base on, obviously you're in real estate, you're a team of one. We're building the team, getting a new fresh team involved for
And
sales.
that's just in sales, but yeah, property management, like I have a thriving team,
Yeah.
and my admin team is great. So, that part of the business is doing so well, and they've jumped on board. They love you. They've noticed a huge change in me, which they love. And they, they're very, very positive about the changes that, reflects throughout the whole business. Because if I'm doing good, then they're doing good, and then they want to kind of be, you kind of rub shoulders with successful people, you become successful. And I think the team that I currently have definitely seen that change, so they're earning for that as well.
Yeah. And that's awesome, and that's really,
Yeah.
really cool. Now, last and final question. If obviously, I know you've been super generous, and you've introduced me to so many people. Now, anyone that watches this and that says, I'm not sure, I see this guy online and all that, talking about money and this and that. Maybe I'm in real estate, maybe I've been in business for a long time. I'm kind of team of one or lead a team. What would you say to them about what they could get out of this and what they will get out of this?
Yeah.
And whether they, maybe they're on the fence or something, whether they should do it or not.
Yeah, so I was one of those people. Like, I was seeing you come up on Facebook, and to be honest, I initially was more like, oh my God, this guy's got so much energy. How? Like, that's what intrigued me to reach out to you. Once I got to meet you and got to know, I suppose, your values and morals were so in line with mine, and I thought that was great. Um, but I think we as business owners, or even if you're not a business owner, someone that just wants that self improvement, you've got to kind of take that step. Once you take the step and they meet you, and you, like, you know, I'll say something to you and you'll remember it. I love that about you. You know, it could be something very minor or something really trivia. You have that real personal connection, which I love. I think anyone that wants to improve themselves, if they have the chance to meet you and understand what you are offering, yeah, you can't go wrong. Like, I think, you know, in the past, even with previous coaches, most of my coaches I'm with for 6 months, and then it's like, yeah, I've had enough, you know, like I get bored of the same old thing. Where this, I think I've said it to you, Carla. Yeah, I think you're going to be stuck with me forever. So it's more that connection, and I believe the way you work with me, you don't work with everyone else. It's very personal, probably the same mindset, but you dig very deep to get what the person needs, and then get the result. So, you know, for me, I say to those clients that are sitting on the fence, give it a go. If you don't see the improvement, well, at least you can say, I tried.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a kind of person that doesn't like to live with the what if. Mm-hmm. So that's why I took, you know, the first step, and I don't regret it, not awesome. 1 minute.
Yeah, no, and the amount of people that you've referred already has been amazing. So true.
And that's been really easy for me, because people have noticed the difference in me. Yeah. And they're like, oh, what are you doing? So it's not like I go into a whole hard sell and say, hey, you know, you got to use Carlo. I mean, I'm trying to list and sell real estate. You know, that's not my job. But when people are like, hey, what are you doing, and how are you getting these results, and how you become, you know, the person that you're evolving to be, it's very easy, because they're seeing it firsthand.
Yeah, so good. And you know what, testament to you. Thank you so much for obviously spending time with us, just sharing this.
Easy.
We really appreciate you guys. If you're on the fence about sitting or testing it out, maybe wanting to get some better results for you and your team, improve your sales, develop your mindset, just stepping to your next level, then take Lourdes' word and shoot us a message. If you want to speak to Lourdes, she's more than happy to speak to you, to give you like maybe some more questions. If they have, Lourdes, they reach out to you. But yeah, thank you so much for your time today. Guys, if you want to jump on board, you want to come along to our virtual event in November, please let me know. And if you want more details, please get in touch. Lourdes, thank you so much for your time.
No worries, Kelly. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thank you.